Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. We're speaking with Bill McWilliam. He's the chair and co-founder of Cascadero. Welcome back to the show, Bill. And what kind of an update do you have for us?
Thanks a lot. And we have today to talk about two projects and their potential impact on the valuation of our company in the short term, or 6 months, or maybe up to a year. Yesterday we published some assays on a property called Santa Rosa, of which we own 100% interest in. Firstly, this is an open pit showing, and it's a big system. It's 7 kilometers long, and it's got consistent gold values over those 7 kilometers. Now there's blank spots, needless to say, and this is not going to be one pit. It's going to be a series of pits, and that are all going to have, say we use an equivalent gold value of 4 grams, just for simplicity. So 4 grams in, with the base metals in there, works out to about $400 rock. And your mining costs on open pitting is far less than an underground mine. And most of the junior companies, I should say, are working on former producers or have put drill holes into a property that has gold values, but they're deep. And they don't put out 2 drill holes because there may not be continuity there. But we've got continuity. The system is large. It's right on surface, and we definitely have the grade in the deposit. So what this means is your mining costs for an underground deposit of 4 grams is you got to build a shaft. You need underground workings, significant infrastructure underground, and your mining costs are much higher than probably higher than $150 a ton before they can make any money. In our situation, it's on surface, and the mining costs are going to be very low, probably in the neighborhood of $50 to $60 a ton. Your processing costs are about the same as an underground mine, but they got to get it to surface. And the metallurgy is unknown at this point. We can discount the $400 a ton for metallurgy. Say it's only going to recover 80% of the metal. And at $1,200 gold, you still have a $140 margin per ounce. So the zone, we think, and this is the back of the envelope calculation, is going to be about 30 million tons. So you multiply 30 million by 160, and you get a very big number. And odds are, and as the calculations that the old-timers used, if your gross value of the ore is twice what your operating costs are, the deposit is usually economic. And that's the case here. We're going to document this all properly and make sure that I'm saying something that is realistic. So we have the opportunity here to seriously impact the valuation of our company in the short term. The second item we're working on is a property behind the Taca Taca deposit. Now, Taca Taca was found a long time ago. It's a big copper, gold, molybdenum porphyry system. It's now owned by First Quantum. First Quantum is one of the smartest companies probably in the world in terms of developing and making big mines work. They're heading towards 1 million tons of copper in concentrate, which is it's going to put them in the world-class area for copper production. And right now they're finishing the development of Panama Cobre, which is a big deposit. I think it's going to produce 380,000 tons of copper in concentrate per year. Once they get that a little further along, they're going to develop. They've got 2 properties that they can develop. One is Hakuri in Peru, and the other is Taca Taca that they own 100% of. What they've done, they just made a very smart move, in my opinion, is that they told the government of Peru, which is the host of Hakuri, and the government of Argentina, which is the host of Taca Taca, that they intend to develop one of those 2 deposits, and the government that gives them the best economic metrics and permitting and community issues are a big issue now. That's the property they're going to develop. Now we think that just in doing a little bit of research on the two properties and knowing a little bit about the communities in both areas, the Taca Taca has the upper hand here, and Salta is going to get the business. Salta just passed a mining law yesterday that included 23 of the provinces. Salta was one of them. That standardizes the legislation that the provinces can make. It's a national mining act, but the provinces look after the jurisdiction of it. So if that happens, it's going to create a lot of excitement in that area, the Taca Taca area. And we are the main claim holder to the west of Taca Taca. And that property is strategic in two senses. Firstly, Taca Taca is probably going to need part of our land or all of our land to develop the deposit because they've got a very small claim and they're going to be moving 2.6 billion tons of material from the open pit to the mill or to the waste dumps. And if they have a couple of choices, they can choose to purchase our land, or they can truck the waste and pipe the tailings across north up the Sierra mountain range, and then that'll be way more expensive because mining and getting the ore to the mill is like 48 or 9% of your operating costs. The second thing about what we have is that we've been doing geochemistry in the background. By the way, this property is not Taron. It's about 200 kilometers from Taron. Santa Rosa is about 250 kilometers from Taron, from Taca Taca. But we've been doing geochemistry in that area, looking and have done a structural mapping of the area, and we've come up with some gold samples in one particular structure, fault-controlled system, that's right on surface, and the grades are very good. I'm not prepared to give them out at this particular time, but again, it's going to be an open pit. It's an open pit target. The grades are high, very high for an open pit situation. We have to go in and do some drilling on the property, obviously. We're going to get a reverse drilling program going sometime in July, and to see if the mineralization goes to depth. If it goes to depth, it's going to be a significant addition to the company's valuation. So that's what we're doing. We're working in 2-3 really exciting areas. Taron, of course, which we've finished the drill program. We're waiting for the assays. We've had a couple of glitches on the program. Firstly, the drilling was delayed by weather and other issues, and the work at the lab was also complicated by a certain issue in terms of the assay style. So that is, we're going to be receiving those assays in starting on Friday, tomorrow, and we got over 1,000 samples coming from Taron. We think, based on our look at the drill core, it looks exactly the same as what we drilled in 2009. 7 drill holes we put into the property then, and the mineralization in these holes, mostly in these holes, looks exactly the same as what we got in 2009. So we're expecting it to have a grade unknown at this particular time, but the volume that we're looking for is probably there based on what we can see in the drill core. So we've got 3 projects coming up here, and they're all going to be finished within the next 6 weeks or so, and we'll have all of the samples in, and I think we're going to get a serious impact to the valuation of the company.
Bill, can you tell us exactly what Cascadero does?
We generate properties. We started out as a property generator in Argentina in 2003. We've been there for 14 years, and we collected a large land position, which we worked our way through. In 2014, we changed our business plan from a generative model to a development model because we had enough geochemistry. We've got a large geochemical database from all the work we've done in an area called the Puna. we know a lot about a lot of properties, and we decided just to start focusing on one property at a time and try and move other properties along the valuation chain and do a little bit of work with more geochemistry. And now we're into a full development mode of 3 properties. So that's what we do. We're now going to be hopefully a producer, or have a property that a producer will want to purchase from us in the near future.
Where can you find Cascadero traded?
Cascadero was listed in December 2004 on the Vancouver Venture Exchange. It trades under the ticker symbol of Charlie Charlie Delta, CCD. It's currently trading at about 11 cents. It's got a $160 million market capitalization. A $16 million capitalization. And we think it's undervalued at this particular time. We have a strong board. We've got a strong advisory board, and we've got a group of very faithful, loyal shareholders who've been with us for a long time and have sort of suffered through a lot of delays and running out of money sort of stuff. But we're still here. We're now financed. We're not capitalized properly yet, but that's going to happen here also fairly shortly. And we're going to be able to spend the required capital on the properties, what they need to prove that they are what we think.
Where can people find out more information about Cascadero?
Well, we have a website. It's Cascadero.com. You can get it through any internet portal. And it has information on the properties. It has information on the company. And it has a list of all of the news releases we've published for the last 10 years. So you can, if you want to do some serious research, there's enough information there. The database is not published. The Geochem database is not published. It's a intellectual property issue. If you want to start a business in Argentina, or a mining business or an exploration business in Argentina, there's no centralized source of data as there is in Canada, in Ontario, for example, in British Columbia. You can look up a government database and find out information that other workers did on an area. That is not possible in Argentina. So the Geochem database is very valuable, and we're not prepared to disclose it publicly.
Bill, thanks for the update.
Okay.
We've been speaking with Cascadero Chair and co-founder Bill McWilliam on June 15th. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.